Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at the loop puzzle. The idea here is to put the pictures into the loop such that each one is connected to the pictures on either side of it, and the connections can be very vague. You'll see what I mean as we play along. So, we're starting with a skyscraper, I'm guessing. Let's look at what the other pictures are. Jazz hands or dance? That is a tea party with a princess, I suspect, something like that. Oh, I don't know what that is. I can't read what it says. I don't know if that's meant to be olive oil or some kind of shampoo. Olive oil makes a lot more sense, but I'm not completely convinced. That looks like lemon sorbet. That is, what's it called? A thing for lifting up heavy objects. Oh dear, that's an ice scraper? Something like that? Does it go next to the skyscraper? I think it must do. That's a cocktail shaker, I suspect. Finger food, sandwiches, lots of names that you could give that. Utah Jazz. Ah, so he'll go next to the jazz hands. I don't know that they go there. We can move them. I'm just putting them next to each other because we suspect they go next to each other. That's a guy carrying boxes, so he's going to go next to the thing that you use to carry things. And then that is a doll, which probably goes next to this. It doesn't have to, I suppose. But the question that we've now got is, where do the other pictures fit in, and how do we fit these two to these two to these two? I mean, this guy's really tall, so he could go next to the skyscraper, couldn't he? If this is finger food, it could go next to the jazz hands. It's a bit vague, but it could work. If this is a cocktail shaker, maybe that goes next to the jazz hands because it's shaking them. Let's put them that way, because then we can put the afternoon tea next to the tea party. Maybe that is representing afternoon tea. I think that works. I'm going to put the doll next to it, but I'm not confident about that part at all. How does lemon sorbet link to anything? Oh, maybe it's lemon ice cream, so it goes next to the ice scraper. That would kind of work, wouldn't it? If that's a scraper, I really don't know how this is going to link to anything, but if it's food related, then maybe it goes there. Oh, this is a dolly, isn't it? Of course it is. So actually, that is definitely a connection. I don't know how these are connected, but we'll soon find out if I'm even remotely right. Oh, I'm super close, but not quite right. All the greens are correct. The yellows indicate that the connection is correct, but I've put it in the wrong place. So this was red, which means it doesn't go there. So this row of 5 has to go in these 5. But they could go the other way around. I think I'm just going to move them up though. And this one definitely has to go there. So these 5 could theoretically be in the complete opposite order, which would be very annoying. But let's find out. No, I have got it right. Okay. So we got there on the second guess. That is pretty good. We'll check the stats. Only 1% of people got that first time. And in fact, 15% getting it on the second guess is way lower than I've seen for a long time. So that was apparently quite a tricky one. 18% failed. That's pretty high as well. Let's see the connections, how they link. Scraper and scraper, ice and ice. It's an Italian ice, apparently. Why it has to be Italian, I don't know. This is what I said about some of the connections being very vague. It's Italian dressing. So it's not specifically olive oil. Again, I don't know how I was supposed to work that out. And it requires shaking, apparently. I don't know. Anyway, that's why it goes next to the cocktail shaker. The phrase mover and shaker is a thing, which is why the mover is next to the shaker. He uses a dolly, we worked that out. A doll and a doll, we eventually worked that out. They're often guests at a child's tea party. Finger sandwiches are served at tea parties. Fingers and hands, and jazz, and then tool and tool. So I actually worked out almost all of that. I'm very happy with that, because for one that was allegedly quite difficult, I got a little bit of luck. with putting some things in the correct places and some of my guesses paying off, but actually I worked out a lot of the connections. So it's a very successful loop puzzle. Let me know how you got on. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.